Hi YouTube, my name is Squash, also known as Lex. I am non-binary, and I just wanted to record my progress or my process of getting top surgery. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm in the process of going through all that, and I wanted to post videos about it because when I was doing research on this, the first place I looked wasn't really blogs or, Reddit or anything. It was YouTube, and there's only a few YouTube videos of non-binary and gender non-conforming people getting top surgery rather than trans guys. So I wanted to put my 2 cents in, I guess. So right now I've gotten my letter from a therapist and my referral from my primary care physician, and I submitted those yesterday to Dr. Scott Mosser, who is the surgeon I chose, and I just wanted to talk about that process so other people have some idea of how it went. So the first thing I did was I was looking for surgeons, and I live near Seattle, so I wanted to stay on the West Coast. I was looking either at Dr. Sajan in Seattle or Dr. Mosser in San Francisco. I'm from California in the Bay Area, so either one of those, and my parents still live there, so either one of those would have been good and accessible for me. I eventually chose Dr. Mosser because I liked his results better, and also because he's board certified and Dr. Sajan is not. I emailed them and asked, or I called them, and asked, what do I do to get this started? And they sent me a whole list of stuff. So the first thing I did was got a letter from a therapist. My letter getting was probably a lot easier than other people's, because I live near Seattle, so there are a lot more trans-friendly therapists around. So I went on psychologytoday.com and looked through all the therapists nearby and found Kian Leggett, who is also non-binary and uses they/them pronouns. And one of the services they provide is just straight up writing top surgery referral letters. No 6 months of therapy needed or anything like that. They just kind of do that. So I contacted them, and we had a phone call consultation, or a phone call introduction, to just say like, hi, nice to meet you, what do you want from me? So we did that, and then a week and a half later I did a virtual consultation with them, and we talked about my history of binding and how I identify. We talked about how long I've identified as non-binary. I told them, I've been identifying as not cis, or I've known I'm not cis since like 2005 or so, and that I bound in high school and then came out just after high school as a trans guy, and used he/him pronouns for a year or two, and then went back to questioning, and then identified as non-binary and used they/them pronouns, and I've been doing that since 2011 or 2012, so it's been a while. We talked about the risks of top surgery, which I already knew about and did all my research for. We talked about the fact that post-op depression exists and what to do to help deal with that. And then they asked if I used substances, how I identified, and what my pronouns were, and whether or not I was comfortable being diagnosed specifically with gender dysphoria in the letter, and I said of course. And they they wrote a brief sort of rough draft of the letter and read it out loud to me, and I said, cool, that sounds fine. And we said goodbye, and then they wrote up a proper copy of the letter, faxed it to Dr. Mosser, and sent me a hard copy. So the next thing I did was I got a letter from my physician, my primary care doctor. This was actually the first time I'd seen this doctor ever since getting work insurance. I picked her because she was an esthetician and also had really good ratings, and I figured, and she was also like a primary care and family doctor, blah blah blah. And I figured, oh, she's an esthetician, so she probably sees some transplants, just, you know, considering the things that we do to transition. But I don't think she saw too many, I guess, because she was mildly confused by me and my request, but she was polite about it and it was fine. She was very nice. So I woke up at 6 a.m. and drove an hour and a half to get to her office, and it took me into a regular examination room, and the nurse asked me, you know, what are you here for? And I told them, oh, I'm here for a referral for top surgery. So they actually took me out of that room and put me in a room with couches, and I had like a meet and greet type thing with the primary care doctor. And she told me about her practice, and then I told her about myself, and told her, you know, what I'm here for, and she was like slightly surprised, but took it okay. And then she brought me back into the examination room and did like a very brief physical, mostly just, you know, blood pressure, you know, nose, ears, eyes, throat, and breathing and stuff, and then a very brief examination of my chest just to make sure there wasn't any like lumps or weirdness. No below the belt anything. She was like, oh, if you haven't interacted with a penis, then it's fine, whatever. And I was like, cool, because I didn't really want to have to deal with that anyway. And then she wrote me up and then I got my blood drawn, which was fine. I think they took like 2 vials or something. And then I was supposed to give a urine sample, but because I A, peed before I left to drive an hour and a half, and B, did not eat or drink anything before I left because I was not alive enough for that, I couldn't really give them anything. So they were like, it's fine though, we have blood, so it's okay. So that was cool. And then while I was getting my blood drawn, the physician, she sent off the referral to be typed up by her secretaries. So by the time I was done, they just kind of handed it to me at the front desk, and I left. And then I scanned that and my therapist referral, and then the front and back of my insurance card to Dr. Mosser's office. And now I'm waiting to hear a reply from their insurance thing. And yeah, I'm trying to get insurance to cover this. I don't know if they will. I have United Healthcare, and they usually cover that stuff, but only if it's in network, and I think Dr. Mosser is out of network. He's also out of state for me because I live in Washington, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. I can also, I am able to pay out of pocket if need be. I'd rather not, but I'm able to. So if insurance doesn't take it, I'm just gonna pay out of pocket. Yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably do another video when I have a consultation scheduled. I might videotape the consultation since it's a phone consultation. Yeah, I have a ton of questions for Dr. Mosser, so that's gonna be fun for him to answer. I'm looking to either get a double incision or something he calls fish mouth, which is where the scars kind of like it looks like they've been like shot through the nipple, like a Valentine's heart type thing. Which I like them both. I don't know if I'm even eligible for a fish mouth, because I don't really know how that works size-wise. But if nothing else, I'll be getting the double incision. And, yeah. Bye, I guess.